You haven't played on Battle.net in 15 years, but you're tempted to play. There's so that maybe you could trade for Infinity Runes. Infinity worth it on a pure fire source or only lightning? Generally speaking, I favor Insight for a fire sorceress, but it will break some resists. It's just not nearly as many because there's a lot of 120% fire resist in the game. And in case you're wondering, Infinity on the Mercenary can only break up to, I think it's like 114% or something like that, whereas a full Infinity can break higher. Players 5 removes no drop chance. Yep. Okay, so player drops. I should probably address this because there's actually, it's kind of complicated and I get asked it a lot. Players 1, if you're farming uniques, super uniques, anything like that, because they have fixed drop pools. They have, I will drop 1 item and X potions, or 2 items and X potions. Champions will do the item or gold and 2 potions. Regardless of the player count. There are certain unique enemies like the Countess, like Act bosses, and there are a few others that have different kind of drop patterns where it being higher player count can actually affect the drops. With Countess, if you're going for runes, you don't want higher player count because you want her to get the no drops. Whereas with the like Act bosses, you want it generally on players 3 or players 5. If you're farming for like bases for rune words, you want to go in on players 5 or 7 and go after the oh, she's extra strong. That's why she's hurting. Let's go ahead and back around the corner, let it heal up a little bit. Yeah, Leaf and Stealth are the only real reasons to farm her right now. You could farm a Malice as well for your Mercenary, if you're doing an Act 2 Mercenary. Really wish they add rune stacking. It would be nice. It would be more in line with what they're doing with the inventory as well. I wouldn't mind it. I'll just make rune characters to hold them. And limit myself to like 10 of each rune in for the Battle.net characters. I think they are getting rid of the expiring characters as well. Did we not get a mana potion out of all that? There's one. I keep forgetting to get a mercenary. I'll get one after this. And if you ever see me like firing off into nothing, that's literally because I'm just looking to the right at chat. It's like I hear myself getting attacked. I'll look back in a second. I know that's stupid, but it's fine. Yeah, Barbarian is after the Sorceress. Barbarian will be the last class that we do. Probably going to go Mace, if I had to guess. We might do some farming after that, just to get people up in levels and all that kind of fun jazz. What level are we? Level 11? I mean, technically we could go do Andariel right now. Wouldn't really be optimal, but it's fine. It depends on what you're farming. If you're farming Countess, lower player count is better. If you're farming other enemies, players 5 is usually your best bet for rune farming. Like if you're farming Chaos Sanctuary, players 5 or players 7 for killing just like all the finger mages and stuff like that will net you the most drops. Works leg leap attack? I mean, I think it works with Mace Master. I haven't actually tested that. Let's open up all of these. Oh, we got a chest. I mean, a small charm there. I don't mind getting more small charms. Small charms are nice. And if we get to level... I think Fireball is level 12. Yeah, it is level 12. But if we get level 12, we can actually get 1 point in Fireball for dealing with these crowds a little easier. So level 12 is kind of like maybe our goal before going to Andariel. I'd rather have Malice, but... And no, I'm not super attached to anything here. And that's one reason why I haven't been farming much, is because it's not going to be here whenever the game releases anyway. Oh, let's see. Time to kill the Countess. Let's see. Firing with reckless abandon. Wish they hadn't gotten rid of TCIP. Primarily how you both mule and how you do multiplayer with your two friends across the country. Multiplayer with friends is going to be the hard part of that. You'd get this on sale just for the shared stash. Players 8 is only useful for experience in single player. It does not give you any drop advantage because of how drops work. The player count is a half player per point. So like if you have, say... If you have players 7, you're getting the same drop modifier as a player's 8 in single player. Whereas if you're all in a party online, players 8 does give a drop advantage of sorts, but it's not going to really be noticeable because you already have maxed out your no drops. Your only issue is trying to fight Duriel every time you enter his tomb. He almost kills you instantly because of load time. Yeah, that's going to be fixed in the finished version. Thankfully. Oh, we got another small charm. Sweet. We've also got fire that kills mercenaries. I want to get these little fallen out of here first.
Not enough mana.
I don't think I'm standing in the fire. But yeah, Duriel will smash face if you have a loading screen right now.
I need mana.
But yeah, they said it was... This branch actually has an issue with that. Which, you have... If you don't know how game development works in that regard, betas and stuff like this are on a separate development branch from the... like one that's being set up for release, because yeah, it's just easier on them. Hey, and we got Leaf like right off the bat. Unfortunately, we're not level 19, so we can't use it right now. So we might just go grab another staff so we can just put it in this and have it. Let's see. Oh. For some reason, YouTube caught that one. Sorry about that. Yeah, thawing potions help out a ton for Duriel. And holler at me if, like, messages get caught. Because the screen I have that on is, like... right angle from me, so I don't get caught just like staring at that. I keep most moving mechanisms out of just like my normal peripheral so I can focus in on the game.
Good to see you.
But yeah, as far as... Let's go ahead and dump that in there. We got Tyrol. We've got Tal runes for the Barbarian. Well, we got a Tal rune. We need another... Actually, we don't need another tier. We have a second tier in there. So when we get to 13, we have our tier helm. Hope the pluggy folks find a way to do a shared stash like the one they have now for single player. Oh, the like big like million page one. They probably will. Holy Fire Paladin going to be useful past normal. You can make it useful, but it gets, the further you want to make it useful, the more expensive it gets. It's pretty much how the Fire Paladin goes. Holy Fire, you can actually do a Tesladin style thing with it, where it becomes like insane in hell difficulty, but it costs so much. Oh, I already have a stealth. I'm just not level 17 yet. Yeah, rejuves I only keep for hardcore. So let's go ahead and make this. Da-da-da-da. We now have a leaf for later. Too bad we've already done Druid and everything. I don't think your mid-tier when you bought 10-year-old computer would do T2R anyway. No, probably not. I'm sorry, Jim. Yeah. Oh, Holy Fire for doing Tristram runs? Yeah. It's also good for tower runs. And tomb runs. Which the Holy Fire build shouldn't be terribly expensive for normal difficulty. Some of the builds, I will be doing expensive like endgame builds as well after we can transfer characters into this, because frankly, recording this is a lot easier than recording Classic. But Holy Fire, the Javazon, all that should be relatively cheap because all you need is stealth. Anything else is superfluous. It's just kind of like helps you along and it's good advice to get. Spearzon plus Valk. Spearzons... they're not good. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They're not good. Spearzons are just kind of trying to think of how to explain it. They are a passion project for some people. Is it September 23rd yet? Is it Thursday yet? Only a like handful of you will get that, but it'll be enough for me. Tier roll on a Holy Fire Paladin, it depends on what you're doing. For this, like right here, what we're doing right now, which is first 2 acts, you might be farming some runes, it would actually be nice. If you're going to be going past the first 2 acts, I would get a like weapon and shield, whether it's a flail and shield, whether it's a sword and shield, anything like that, just get it. And if you're looking for runes for the Malice and stuff like that, farm Countess. And I keep forgetting to hire a mercenary. I should probably do that, just to have an extra body. Why crossbow? Because I can. There is no reason for it. I literally just got it because I could. I found it off of Duriel and I figure I should use it. You hope they make the fire line of bow skills for the Amazon a bit better down the line, say a year or whatever, because they aren't really hell viable unless you love tedium. They are hell viable with a very, 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 very expensive build. And that is the only time they're hell viable, and it's mostly because of the attack rating. Would a socket staff be able to use Malice or Steel on swap for those sources until they have Leaf? You're gonna get the stuff for Leaf in about the same amount of time as it takes to get the stuff for Malice. So I wouldn't bother, but technically you could make a Malice and a staff. I don't think you can make a Steel in it. Give Mercenary a weapon? Okay. I don't know if I actually have any bows in my inventory. Did they drop the tweak rates so high runes drop more often? Yes. That's a tweak in the base game, though. I don't have any spare there, so let's go ahead and see if Charsey has a good bow. Actually, no. Let's do something else. Let's waste our money. Da 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 da. That's as much as we can hold.
Let's deal, my friend.
Because I keep meaning to show this off. This is the gambling screen. Let's get a bow in there. And honestly, I'm probably going to keep that one for. But you see how we right-click on there? It doesn't actually remove it. You can gamble as much as you want. But as far as drops in D2R, they have not been touched. That is correct.
I'll put that to good
And we're starting to get the inventory lag thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if this fixes it. Best thing to level with is a 3-socket bow with emeralds in it. It's an okay thing. 3 towels would be better. Mana regen on hit wouldn't work. There isn't... Are you talking... That could be any number of things, unfortunately. Because there's a few mana things you could be talking about. But basically, there is a mana win hit. There's a mana whenever you hit something, which is mana leech. And then there is mana on kill. There shouldn't be. Mana on hit means whenever you are hit. Mana leech only works on things that can be leeched from, like life leech. And mana on kill happens anytime you actually kill something. Explosion arrow source with Kuko Shikaku used to be a lot more fun. They nerfed it heavily. Inventory lag is something that has been happening for a while with the beta. Like right now it's not doing it because we haven't been in the game for a long time. But there's some kind of like weird thing going on with the game where every now and then it'll start just like chugging whenever you're in your inventory. So the one on stealth armor, oh, regenerate mana? That's not on per hit. That is, regenerate mana is literally just, you regenerate more mana than you normally would. 15% is going to be relatively slow unless you have a decent amount of mana. I do not know the answer to that, Joshua, unfortunately. I have not heard anything in either direction about that. About whether they're going to fix the chat in consoles. Honestly, the chat isn't even there in PC. To level Amazon, in normal I would go with poison, but in
I need a key.
if you're looking for something that'll last a long time, lightning. Javazons. As far as Boazons, Strafe is usually my go-to if I'm trying to be serious about it. Which I'm usually not. I've played enough serious builds, I don't need to be playing too many more of them. But Strafe is generally the go-to good thing. Go, Razone, go. And no, we have not killed Bloodraven. I don't really care to kill Bloodraven. I do like that they made this guy's little resurrection graphic a little bit more, like, straightforward and obvious. You were reading the low-level Paladin guide, and remember you said the triple Tal Flail? Will triple Ort Flail be better? Triple Ort Flail would be funny. For that, it would add a decent amount of damage to it. I'm not sure whether I would justify using Orts on it, because it's not going to be a long-term build for you, but I mean, you could if you have the Orts to spare. You're not going to find Orts from Countess, though. You're going to find Rawls. That's her highest rune on normal. So you could have fire damage off of that. But again, I would probably be saving those. Because with that, you could make a Ancient's Pledge, which gives you a decent amount of resist. You have access to fire resist from that as well, which can help you with Diablo. Orts can give you lightning resist, which helps with Diablo. Like if you put them in armor or helmets. New within the week or so here. I'm curious, will you mostly be playing streaming in single player, or do you prefer the online experience with streaming? I'll be doing both unicycle. Whenever the final game releases, that is. I will be doing multiplayer nights where I don't know if I will have voice chat enabled for everybody, but I might do it with like random people. Yeah, you can just cube 3 Rawls for an Ort, but that's a lot of grinding for... By that point, you're probably going to be far enough along that you don't need to really be farming that. Because it would take about as long to farm those Orts as it would just to get through normal and go to Nightmare Countess and get him from her. And at that point, you're probably swapping off of the Holy Fire Paladin into a traditional Zealot. In which case, I guess you could go 3 Orts. Go some kind of weird remake of a Tesla Din that's not quite a Tesla Din as well. The reason for the towels, by the way, is because your accuracy in normal, unless you are dumping into dexterity, is going to be absolute garbage. And the poison will provide damage over time, which will keep things from healing. You blew through Act 1 through 4 in a breeze, nothing can kill you. But when you get to Diablo, you got your cheese clapped. Yep, that's about normal. The red lightning hose in normal difficulty is an absolute nightmare. Able to turn on and see the mishit text? Yeah. We can turn it back on. There we go. I mean, we're not attacking very much, but it'll show up every now and then. You don't stop lightning hose, you run. Yeah, pretty much. Unless you have really high lightning resist and incremental magic damage reduction. Yes, I said incremental. The magic damage reduced by a number stuff. You generally don't want to face tank hose. I mean, you can. It's possible to build around that and actually have it work in normal, but it's not usually worth it. Usually you're better off whenever he reels back to do that attack, just start running in a circle around him and you'll just dodge it. He turns slow with it. Yeah, don't invest in Dex unless you're going for max block, and you don't want to go for max block on normal. It's just not worth it. And yes, we're using our unique bow. Why? Because we can. There is no other reason. Oh. Holy crap, I did not notice that before. I'm going to turn the volume up real quick. Because I think this was always stone before. It's not playing very loud. We're going to turn music off for a second. That's actually pretty good. I don't want to run. What? Okay, where is it? Why am I seeing somebody say they don't want to run?